What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the 7th episode of the ReadMe Podcast. My name is Banuka.
And I am not Yudhanjaya.
Wait, what?
I am not Yudhanjaya. This is not Yudhanjaya
Right.
looking for. I am Mahesh.
We are here today with Mahesh,
Yes.
and he's like the Halloween fill-in for Yudha because yeah, go ahead, Mahesh. Fill him on with what happened to Yudha.
Yudha got abducted by zombies and we don't know where he is.
But he is actually in the All Geek Challenge today in Jaffna, and yes, we talked about the All Geek Challenge a bit before, but could you just go in a little bit more depth?
Well,
as to what it
basically
is?
this year it's turning out to be more of a hackathon with some pretty good ideas coming out, although there are some pretty lame ideas as well. But according to the guys in Jaffna, the work is going on pretty well. So Yudhanjaya is, of course, as usual, being Yudhanjaya. And he's
I'm not
being,
sure whether that's a compliment or an insult.
well, let's just say he's having a lack of meat. Apparently they're vegetarians in Jaffna, so that's a bit of a problem for
yes.
him. Yes. So
Give me the bacon.
yes, well, actually they don't have bacon apparently, and like their food is like lacking in meat so much. They apparently don't even have curries, so it's kind of sad. Oh well,
Okay, I'm glad I didn't go to this one.
me neither.
So, yes, we have a small list of topics today. It's not
Yes.
going to be a very long episode.
Again, yeah,
mainly
it's
because-
the week has been it's not very eventful, but some 2 or 3
Well,
interesting things
some
happened.
stuff happened.
Yeah.
Now, let's start off with Tom Cook and Apple's out of the closet.
Oh wow, I was not expecting that, to be honest, but I mean I have respect for the guy.
It doesn't really change
Exactly.
anything.
I have respect for the guy. I mean, to be proud and like he actually quote saying, I'm proud to be this and God made me this, and I have respect for the guy. Although there was a kind of a very bad joke about Samsung where they said, let's see Samsung copy that. So that was a bit awkward. Yeah, ouch. But still, I mean, respect for the guy. And next up, we also have, do you know who Sundar Pichai is?
I do not.
Well, he is, let's just say he's
Wait, he's the guy that ran... what was it? He was the guy that ran Android on Google, right?
Yes. Well,
Yes.
he initially was put in charge of the Android project. And as of now, he is the second most powerful employee at Google.
As in, does that...
That
Wait,
puts him...
so
that
Larry
puts-
Page is number 1.
Yes, this guy
So-
and Sundar Pichai is number 2.
Wait, so what happened to Sergey Brin?
He left. And,
Okay, I
and
need to...
Sundar Pichai was put in place of that. So in addition to Google, he also manages the G Plus page, the Maps, the Android, and well, basically he
runs Google
runs
now.
everything except YouTube.
Yes.
Yes,
YouTube
except
Master
YouTube.
Race.
Yes.
So I'm still safe.
Yes, exactly. That's the first thing I thought of when he said that except YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, Banuka is safe. Yes. And also, speaking of Google, Andy Rubin, the guy who was in charge of the Android project, he left Android last week to start his own incubate for startups interested in building technology hardware products.
Right.
Now-
Andy Rubin was the guy who was handling Boston Dynamics,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Boston
exactly.
Dynamics was the company Google acquired a while ago to test out various tech machinery,
Yes, yeah.
artificial intelligence, and all sorts of other
Yeah, like the
misconceptions
cheetah.
that people had.
And the cheetah, for
And
example.
people thought that Google was going to make an army of robots and take over the world, and all that came off the
Then again, that
the
would have been pretty
conspiracies.
cool.
Yeah, but that was the whole conspiracy when they actually acquired Boston Dynamics.
Yeah.
They were like, why would they need that? They really don't need that. Go away, Google. You don't want to be the next Skynet.
But I like robots and Google. I like both.
We all do, but it's a little scary when
That
they're
is
experimenting on making machines that can control stuff.
Well, yeah, kind of. I suppose that's kind of freaky a bit. Oh, also, interesting
I mean,
news.
but after all, right, Google's motto is, quote unquote, do no evil. And so that's the only hope we have from turning.
Yeah, well, hopefully they stick
Let's
to
not
that.
turn this into the conspiracy theory episode.
No, not yet. Not that is coming up soon, but not today. Also, Panasonic is apparently launching the mobile division in Sri Lanka, which is interesting.
Wait, Panasonic?
Yes, as in Panasonic.
Yeah, I know Panasonic,
Exactly,
but it's not.
DVDs. Apparently,
Yeah,
they
that's
have
like the
phones.
first thing I remember, like that comes
Exactly.
to my mind when you say Panasonic is like those old LCD screens.
Exactly. Apparently, now they have mobile phones, and they also have some pretty high-end phones too. Who would have thought? Like we're talking like quad-core 1080p screens, 2 gigs of RAM,
If
that
it
kind of
is
stuff.
Panasonic, I'm assuming it would probably be affordable.
That is true. I mean, they haven't given the pricing, but knowing Panasonic, it should be affordable. Yes.
It's not like they have this premium high-end product with like
Exactly.
300%
And
margins and stuff.
even if it is affordable, it'll look pretty good. I mean, Panasonic stuff
But
is
do you
usually
have
good.
any? It's like the Panasonic is usually the middle ground,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Samsung has already taken, but maybe a little lower end than Samsung, I
Yeah,
assume.
true. But I mean, it's an interesting change of events. Like it'll shake up the market a bit. Let's see
That's
how it
always
goes.
good, right?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, the consumer wins.
true. Also, you heard what happened to Motorola?
Yes.
Ah.
Motorola, a Lenovo company.
Yes. Well, I wasn't expecting that either, but then again, I sort of was.
So Lenovo purchased Motorola a
Yes.
few days ago, I see,
Yes,
right?
2.9 billion.
$2.91 billion.
Yes.
Now, people had a little misconception back in the day when Google, quote unquote, purchased Motorola for, I think, $12 billion or something along that lines. But what actually happened was that Google didn't purchase, or quote unquote, acquire Motorola, but they just got all their patents. Maybe not all, but a lot of the patents.
Of them, yeah.
But it turns out that even though Lenovo acquired Motorola, Google still has exclusive rights to those patents, and so does Motorola. And which is the reason why the company is a little undervalued compared to that $12 billion estimation back when Google acquired it.
Yeah.
So that's that. If there are a few misconceptions there, because it's getting tossed around where Google bought it and sold it to
There's a lot
Lenovo
of
and
stuff going on, like what's going on. But I suppose it makes sense. I mean, you think about it, Lenovo is not known in the US market, right? Like they're virtually unknown. So
Lenovo is, well, in terms of what Motorola does, they have completely different strategies, right? They're in completely two different markets.
Yeah, so Motorola, apparently Motorola has like an 80-year history in the States. And
That's a
that's
pretty long time for a tech company.
Exactly. So
What were they doing 80 years ago? I'm pretty sure.
I really don't know what were they doing 80 years ago.
That should be interesting. Wait, what were there even like typewriters 80 years ago?
Wow, imagine like a Motorola branded typewriter or a Lenovo branded.
Probably was a Motorola typewriter. Because it sure as hell wasn't a computer.
Something close enough. But oh man, now you got me thinking about typewriters 80 years ago. Great. Now I had to go and Google this. Thank you for that. Interesting. Well, I suppose it makes sense. I mean, they can penetrate the US market. And also, Motorola has like, the carriers with like Verizon and stuff. So they can, Lenovo buying it can straight away, it'll affect that.
Now, when you say Motorola has carriers of AT&T and Verizon and stuff like that, the first thing that goes to my head is like, can you imagine Panasonic and AT&T?
Wait, what?
I know they're not, I know they're launching in Sri Lanka, but it's just funny.
Oh, dude, that'll be like interesting.
It would be weird more than interesting. Like, here, check out our Panasonic AT&T subscription.
People be like, wait, what? I don't know how I feel about this.
I can't even.
I can't even like, wait, what?
Okay, so...
And also, as soon as Lenovo buys Motorola, the Motorola Droid Turbo apparently launches.
Is it a conspiracy or is it just a coincidence?
I don't know. I'm wondering whether it's a Lenovo phone or a Motorola phone because it has a Motorola name in it.
They didn't throw away the brand like what Nokia is. What Microsoft is doing to Nokia.
Yeah,
like it's no longer like Nokia will no longer exist.
That is sad. It's like Nokia now. Like such a bad job, but still.
So if you go to that, the image now says Motorola a Lenovo company.
Yeah. Well,
So they are keeping Motorola. I mean, it's like the brand name you've built through all
exactly. I
that
mean,
time.
just don't
Why
toss
would
that
you throw it away?
Yeah.
Which is the beef I have against Microsoft, because I really believe that Nokia should have stayed. But
yeah, I
but
mean,
then again, this is my opinion versus a multi-billion-dollar company like Microsoft. So obviously, Microsoft probably does know what they're doing.
hopefully,
Regardless, I
hopefully.
really, yeah, let's hope so, right? I mean, if
Yeah.
not, you're so bad, like you're so screwed.
I know.
But I mean, come on, it's Microsoft. They probably have a reason to do what they do. They probably thought about this long and hard.
Do they do? Have they? Are you sure?
But I mean, what Lenovo did would make sense, right? If you had Lenovo phones, people wouldn't care about it. But Motorola apparently, well, a few years ago, right, during the early 2000s, Motorola phones were the bomb. They were like
That
the
is true. I mean, I
expensive, rich
remember
people
having
phones.
we used to call that phone was so big it literally it could be powered by 4 pen-lite batteries, like the AA batteries. You put 4 of those in that the phone powers on, and I was like, wow. And
One of my first mobile phones is actually a Motorola. I think it's called an L6 or something.
oh, dude, that was an epic phone for that time.
It was a pretty nice
Yeah.
phone. Wait, let me just Google this. Motorola L6. I'm sure this is yes, that is the phone. It was the
Yes,
Motorola L6.
yes.
Ah, the memories. Now you are just a Lenovo phone.
Exactly. Well,
Well, it's okay. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty. Now that I look at it, I would still use this phone.
I know. I mean, they have had some pretty good phones. I mean, like the Razer V3, all the Razer V3, the Sliver, all that. I mean, those are pretty good phones. So hopefully they'll keep up the good work, being Lenovo.
It's not like they have such a choice, right?
True, yeah, that is true though. Although with the Moto X second gen and stuff, I hope they keep that line up. Moto X and the Moto Gs.
Right. So what is next in our list of stuff?
Oh, did you hear about Inbox? Oh wait, you have Windows Phone, aren't you? Have you heard of Inbox?
But I did hear about Inbox, but I don't use Inbox because I don't have it.
If that's because you have Windows Phone.
That is true.
Yes.
I might have to switch to Android later on because, I mean, the apps are just too convenient.
Yeah, I know. So apparently the deal with Inbox is it's first of all it's an email client. Buttons. The thing here is it's an invite only. So you literally have to like wait for an invite. So I've been waiting for 2
back
weeks.
from that OnePlus hype, right? You
Exactly.
and LO.
Yes.
The whole thing. You can only
Invites.
join. This is so exclusive.
This is
and
like
stuff.
the 2014 is like the invite only year. Like
We should-
everything
we
was
should
invite
do-
only.
We should do a charity. You can only donate money if you're invited to
exactly.
donate money.
That's interesting.
It's just so broken
Yeah.
right now.
So like I've been waiting for like 2 weeks now. I still haven't got my invite. All my friends have got the invite, and I still haven't got my invite. I am
That's so sad.
I am raging at the moment. So yeah. Also on a weird note, you know that Lollipop is out, right? Android Lollipop.
Yes.
So Google launches Gmail 5 and Inbox. So they have 2 email apps. So I suppose the catchy Gmail is apparently it handles multiple email accounts. So you have like Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, and you have Inbox. And I'm like, why do you have 2 apps that do the same thing exactly?
So if it's reading emails on the computer, I would use neither. My favorite is an app called Mozilla Thunderbird.
Oh yes.
Now, if you have your own domains and sites, you would understand that thing is just brilliant. It handles everything and it's just so super convenient, and the notifications pop up and everything. So I may not be switching from that for a very long time. And I guess the Gmail 5.0 app is out because of the fact that if you don't have an invite for Google Inbox, you're pretty
that's like
screwed.
people like
You
me.
might as well have something to compensate for the fact that you don't have Inbox.
Thanks for rubbing it in, man. Thanks.
It's okay, you'll get there eventually.
Now I gotta go into like a corner and cry. I mean, it's the same thing that they did with Foursquare and Swarm. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Well, you know Foursquare, right? Where you like check
Yes.
into places. So
Yeah.
the geniuses there decide to make an app called Swarm, where you check into where you use. So like you have Foursquare, you want to check into a place, it will redirect to another app called Swarm.
Okay.
So the whole point of Foursquare is lost because now you have two apps that do two things separately. So if you want to check in, you have to first log into Foursquare, then it goes to Swarm, or you can log into Swarm directly. But either one won't work if the other one is not installed. And I'm like,
okay, that I do not understand why. Well, maybe they're trying to promote an app for someone and they're getting paid huge amounts of money.
Like
That
you.
probably makes sense. Probably makes sense.
True. Well, I mean, also if anyone's interested, the Gmail there's a leaked APK on the net, so I'm sure you can Google it and find it.
So Google yourself some APKs.
Exactly.
Not that we are
promoting it. I'm just saying if you want to check it out.
We do not condone hacking. We do not condone stealing information that does not legally belong to you. We do not condone torrenting, though you may do that at your own accord.
Or you can wait for the 3rd of November when Lollipop is out and get the app anyway.
Yeah, if it's 3rd of November is like tomorrow.
No.
It's literally tomorrow.
No.
When is the 3rd of November?
Oh, it
then?
is tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, I have to back up my phone and wait for Lollipop. Great.
Right. So I guess you wouldn't have to cry for a very long time, Mahesh. So for those of you guys who don't know Mahesh is one of the editors at ReadMe. If you don't know what ReadMe is, I really have no idea what you're doing on this channel.
Exactly.
Because this is the ReadMe channel.
Yes.
And for more information about
podcast
in the ReadMe channel.
Yes.
Now, for all of the stuff that we talked about today, there are tons of articles. Visit www.readme.lk. And as always, thank you for watching this video. My name is Vanuka.
And I am not Yudhanja / Mahesh.
So he is not Yudhanja, no Mahesh. And have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Merry
Peace
Halloween.
Out.
Can you say Merry Halloween?
And then you say, I suppose, I mean, yeah.
I just did.